to land.
Hey
Fly
everybody,
1100.
Mature Simmer here.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 22.
So I'm just doing a quick update to my mini Airways,
Vector to destination.
kinda, I guess I'll call it SIDS and Stars education video. So I had talked about and used LaGuardia as an example of, hey, how you want to go ahead and you can use the game and you can use the concepts of SIDS and Stars, which are standard departures and standard arrivals, to perhaps do better at the game. But one of the things I had indicated was a bit of a challenge is how
runway 15.
while you can really kind of focus on, all right, what's my arrival process going to be?
Traffic.
The departures, because the points move around in many airways, you really can't mimic what's happening at an airport. But having spent some time
Cleared for takeoff.
doing several maps, I've gotten to 150 on, I don't know, 3 or 4 more, and it's
Flight
been
restriction.
challenging. It hasn't been as challenging as LaGuardia, where I spent like 30 hours trying to do it. But it's been up there.
Cleared to land. Runway
Is
04.
what I have found is I tend to basically think of it as, well, I've got a SID for the existing situation where the departure is, and when the departure moves, I in essence develop a new one, which would really in essence be what was happening in a standard instrument departure.
Runway tree.
If a airport was to say, all right, I'm going to create a new SID, it would be because they're trying to get to a new location.
Cleared for takeoff.
So in this
Runway
case,
04.
like where the blue is and now where the red is, like I will try to always,
Vector to destination.
until that moves, take off this way. Now, sometimes just because, again, the nature of I need to land these
Unable,
planes,
angle too steep.
that I might have to rush some things. Well, we're going to wait. I was actually trying to move this over here.
Unable, angle too steep.
All right, I should be able to get over there. But see, now the red's going to move. The blue did move, in essence. See, and now red's like
Cleared
in
to
a
land.
totally
Runway
different
04.
place. So the challenge was, I was like, well, I'm doing a standard departure, and so the planes are just going to keep going. Well, if I can get the plane to go this way, whether it's off this runway, this runway, this runway, like I would have a SID, like the airport would develop that, because you could also, the waypoints in the real world are set
Runway 22.
in a
Cleared
real
to land.
location. So, so in this case, I'm going to go
Cleared for
ahead
takeoff.
and I'm going to send both of these off this way, because this one needs to clear
Cleared for takeoff.
that location.
Vector to destination.
Yeah, that should be okay. It's going to clear the Pentagon. Now this airport, as you can see and assume, is in Washington, D.C. in the U.S. It's Reagan International, I believe. So in this case now,
Cleared for takeoff.
because I need to get the plane off, I'm going to go ahead and do this. But I will
Vector to
also
destination.
then still use the same SID I had
Cleared to land.
and get that red one off so that I can move things along.
Vector to destination.
But now when the blue moves, now what I'm going to do is say, oh, it's there. So now my new SID is really here. That's my preferred route. I could go up here and here. I could go here and here. So from each runway, I've in essence developed a SID. So like in this
Cleared for
case,
takeoff.
it's super
Runway
simple
15.
versus staying with the traditional method of how you would do a SID,
Cleared to land.
where
Runway 04.
it's like, oh, well, I was going this way or this way, so now I take off and come here, and then that artificially creates more difficulty for me.
Cleared for takeoff.
So that's how I've
Runway
been able to
04.
function a little bit better. So I'd encourage you, if you're playing mini Airways and you're trying to use that concept of SIDS and Stars,
Vector to destination.
that's what you do with the departures, and that's how you kind of mesh those two things together or reconcile those 2 points of view that really are a little bit oppositional, like, well, I'm not really doing it. On
Cleared to
stars,
land. Runway 04.
this is a good example too of how
Cleared for takeoff.
you want to establish some stars, but it takes a little bit of time. So when it initially
Cleared for
started,
takeoff. Flight runway tree.
I had almost no room down here. So coming in and bringing planes in this way
Flight restriction.
would be very
Vector to
difficult.
destination.
But, now that my airspace is expanding, really my arrivals at best, maybe I have some from there,
Cleared for
again.
takeoff.
So the SID is going to go that way. But, my intent would be to then route planes around here. And so
Cleared to
I'm
land.
again very much following
to
a star, and this is my main arrival runway right now. But if I have planes coming from here, I'm likely going to use, maybe this runway from down here. It all honestly
Cleared for
depends.
takeoff.
But this way, if I can basically be heading in the correct direction, which is usually, if you really look at SID charts for airports, they're not looking at making planes do crazy things in the air. For the
Cleared
most
for
part,
takeoff.
what they'd prefer is
Cleared to
exactly
land.
what I'm
Runway
doing.
04.
Take off and just head straight there. Take off, head straight there. And that way you're out of the airspace as quickly as possible. So if I get landing points, which is another thing that I have started using that I don't know that I brought to bear in the
Cleared for takeoff.
video
Runway
that I had,
04.
basically you can set a point, say here, and then route all planes to it, and they in essence get an automatic cleared to
Vector
land,
destination.
and you're not having to make that last connection, and it's just some effort that you don't have to worry about. So, like right now, I'm going to send
Fly
this
heading
down
190.
here. Again, I may still land it here, depending on what's going on, but I may decide to route it, bring it around, and go here. So, really, what I would be doing, most likely, is, well, maybe I'll go there, because I think there's more airspace here than there is here, just because the Pentagon's making me feel a little
Cleared for
rushed,
takeoff.
frankly. So here we go. So what I think I'm going to do is pick this landing point, and I think I'm going to make that runway, I don't know, it's pretty sharp, but if I do this, and then you attach it, then basically everything gets a cleared to land. And so like now I'm not going to have to worry about this at all.
Vector to destination.
Like once he gets there.
DCA approach, be advised. Directional restriction change.
Okay.
Northbound approved.
So now they're changing this restriction where before I couldn't go there. It's going to, well, see, it literally got rid of every,
Cleared for
oh no, it
takeoff.
didn't,
Runway
okay.
22.
So now I could take off and leave. So like now I can do a SID through that
Vector to
space.
destination.
And
Cleared to land.
I will take
Runway
advantage
33.
of that in this case. See, but now here, see, and he's just said cleared to land, runway 33. Like I
Vector to
didn't have to
waypoint.
do anything. And so what that allows me to
Cleared
do
for takeoff. Runway
is just
01.
get planes coming
Vector
in
to
here. And again, I'd put navigation points around
Watch
here
flight
eventually. But that's what I'm typically doing. So now I'll run an approach here.
Flight
I'll run an
restriction.
approach here, and this will be my
Vector to
main
destination.
landing runway until I have to suddenly be doing
Runway
something else.
33, cleared to land.
So I'm still going to run this through because that's the best SID I have right now is through my new directional
Vector to waypoint.
expansion. So this is where it's going to be good to see. This may be too sharp to turn. So if it can't, it's going to basically tell me, oh,
Flight
you have an error and you can't land. These are really close together. I don't like that.
Runway tree, cleared to land.
All right, I'll have to see.
Traffic.
All right, let me circle him back. So what I'm going to
Fly
do
heading 085.
is get him there. See, but the benefit now I
Vector to
have
destination.
is like I'm going to get as many points as I possibly could
Vector
there.
tree, cleared to
See,
land.
so now he'll go in there. Now
Fly
I'm going to
heading
keep him
135.
clear of points, but see now I can do my departures
Switching to
across
center. Have a
and
good
not
day.
have to
Gator
worry
77.
about things like that. But I need more nav points to make this
Runway 22,
truly
cleared for
usable.
takeoff.
because I need to be able to have enough airspace clear. But see, like right now, this one coming in with the star, I just go ahead and
Runway 04,
tell
cleared
it
for takeoff.
go right in, and then he's just going to the waypoint.
Vector to
Again,
waypoint.
he's going to the waypoint. The only problem I'm going to have is
Vector to
the
destination.
blue. If I have a blue plane, I should be okay with the yellow plane. But you can see I'm already almost 50, and not a ton of stress. So here we go. Perfect. Waypoints are my friend, especially over here. I don't want to get too close to the edge, but see, now I can do this, and then I can send
Vector
him
to
here,
waypoint.
and then even with the blue, it's clear.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 22.
See, and then
Fly
what I
heading
want to do is go
165.
down here, and then I just keep that space clear.
Vector to destination.
See, and he's going to come in. I don't have to think about it. You know, it's just now I have to watch him, because otherwise he'll fly off the screen,
Cleared for takeoff.
and that would
Runway
end my
04.
air traffic, because that would be bad. But
Runway
once he's
33,
kind of
cleared to
aligned
land.
with that,
Cleared for takeoff.
you know, now I can set
Fly
him
heading
at 270.
085.
He'll turn
Vector
because
to
it's not
destination.
instantaneous, but
Vector to
now
waypoint.
this one has basically been put on the star
Vector to
immediately.
destination.
Like,
Cleared for takeoff. Runway
unless I
04.
have another aircraft coming in and there's conflict. So like here, I can
Vector to waypoint.
send him there, and again, they could run into each other, so there is a possibility that'll be a problem. But I think we have enough of a distance, because he's going to go further down,
Cleared for takeoff.
that I think
Runway
I'll be all
04.
right. You know, so again,
Fly
I
heading
need it.
165.
I really need a waypoint there. You know, and I'm going to go ahead
Cleared
and
for
fly
takeoff.
this one down here,
Vector
because
to
that's
destination.
really the appropriate SID. I have enough airspace right now,
Vector to
but normally I'd probably run that up and do something different. But right now, yeah, I think we're okay. He'll turn. He won't be there yet. So again, we're going to get this one
Fly
headed
heading
there.
095. Traffic.
All right,
Traffic.
well, all right, we're going to get this up. Oh boy, did I
Fly
not?
heading 160.
So he must have been too
Fly heading
sharp.
165.
Come on.
Watch boundary. Watch
Yeah,
boundary.
yeah, I know.
Fly heading 085.
All right.
Vector to destination.
Okay, so he's not far enough.
Fly heading 060.
See, now I'm running into a bit of a problem here.
Cleared for takeoff. Vector to waypoint.
So I'm going to cycle
Vector to waypoint.
that in.
Cleared to land.
All right, everybody's doing okay.
Vector to waypoint.
But that's my
to
concern
destination.
about this. I may end up trying to use this other runway. The problem with
Clear to
using the
land.
other
Runway
runway is
tree.
they're crossing. And so the likelihood is I'm going to have a problem if I do that. Oh boy. All right.
Fly heading
I'm going to
090.
run him out. See, like
Cannot
he's...
comply. Angle
Okay.
too steep.
Yeah, see, so that's
Fly
the
heading
challenge.
105.
So I can't use this waypoint the way it is. All right, I'm going to expand my waiting area.
Cannot comply. Angle too steep.
All right, we're
Fly
going to go
heading
that way.
095.
Whoops.
Traffic. Traffic.
We're going to bring him in there, and now I need to start getting some of these
Runway
off,
22,
or
cleared
I'm
for
going to run
takeoff.
into problems. Let's see.
Fly heading
Let's just get him
050.
up,
Vector to destination.
get them
Cleared for
down,
takeoff. Runway 22.
them down. All right, and now
Runway
I'll bring
23,
him in
cleared to
there.
land.
And so now again, with my
Vector to destination.
SIDS, the blue, the orange,
Cleared for takeoff.
they're going
Runway
up.
04.
The pink's also going to go up. So now I'm going to run
Fly
this one
heading
there,
090.
run this there. I should be able to at least get those off.
Vector to destination.
But I probably want to... Yeah, so I'm going to...
Fly heading 090.
Like, this is challenging, because I really don't want to be crossing. But I've already established these are
Cleared to
two...
land. Runway tree.
These are too difficult that way. So now this one's going to run straight up. So once they clear, they'll go there.
Cleared for takeoff.
But then
Runway
yellow
01.
should come down.
Vector to waypoint.
Right.
Vector to waypoint.
So I'm going to run him up, and that'll come in between. I'm going to run this one out there and that way, because I need to keep my
Cleared to land.
takeoff
Runway
queue
tree
clear.
tree.
But this one needs to
Watch
run
flight restriction. Fly heading tree
run
10.
down. So you're getting an idea.
heading
So I just wanted to
105.
pop in. It's getting a little hectic. I'm not going to risk
Fly heading 160.
creating a big problem by continuing to talk, because basically what I need to
Fly
figure
heading
out
085.
is I in essence
Fly
need
heading 095.
something here where they come in and now
Vector to tree.
it does
Cleared to
that.
land.
So that's what I want to do.
Vector to destination.
Um,
Cleared for takeoff. Claudia tree.
and then that'll circle around, and that way they're all coming in. So if I can
Flight
get enough
restriction.
airspace here, maybe I'll send those up that way.
Fly heading 095.
Too close. This is
Vector
getting
to
bad.
waypoint.
This is getting really bad. All right, well, anyway, that was what I wanted to get in and kind of show you a little bit on. Hopefully that makes sense, and I'll see you next time.